This is one of my most healthiest watermelon plants I've ever grown in a raised bed. Let me show you what I did to get those explosive vines, and so you can do it. Before I explain how I got this beautiful plant in this nice raised bed, I want to let you know that this video is being sponsored by Quictent. That's right, that's where the raised bed came from. And if you look down into the description after the video, you'll see a list of raised beds that they have, and they're a nice quality. All right, so the first thing I did once I set up my raised bed is I filled it with black cow. All right, so that is mostly of what's in here. I did add a bag of mushroom compost because I ran out of my black cow, but mainly black cow. All right, and in this raised bed, I also added fish at the bottom of the raised bed, and I put the lime over to cover the smell so the animals couldn't get to it. So maybe the roots are hitting that decomposing fish right now, and I'm getting all this. That could be one issue, one reason, but we got several more to talk about. Now, the next key factor that I made sure I want to use, I didn't want to fight against the weeds. So it's easy for me to come in here if I see the weeds being blown in by the wind or birds drop seeds, I can go ahead and pull them out. But if you look across the area, I decided to put some pine straw because I didn't want the plant to be overgrown by the weeds and all twisted up in them. So I put some black plastic, not black plastic, I put some black landscape fabric down, and you can probably see some on the edge. And then I went and bought bales of pine straw, and I layered that. So now my plants can grab onto it and they can run without being tied up by weeds. So that's one benefit that I decided to do this time for this area of the garden. So that is helping me with the weeds. I don't have to worry about it. Also with mulching, I did not do it inside this bed. Not yet. I'll decide if I'm going to do it. But if you want to make sure that you hold some moisture in, especially for the raised beds, then you can layer some straw, pine straw, or you can use any variety of mulching you want, and that's going to help retain moisture. That will be another good idea. I did that with my container over there, but one other reason is that that container, it has a bottom to it. This does not, so the roots can go further down into the actual ground after they go drive through this black cow. So I think I'll be okay with mulching or not mulching, but it's up to you. I still may decide to do so, but I just wanted to let you know that is still a possibility. All right, so the next thing I do is I like to make sure that if I see any, and I've already done some of this 2 days ago, and I still see I gotta do this again. I got some leaves that are dying out, and they're still taking energy away because they're not dead yet. So I will come through and clip all my dying leaves, or they're getting really yellow. Then I want to go ahead and get rid of that, and so it can put more energy on the plant, producing more leaves and making the vines go even longer. All right, so the fire truck is gone now, but that's why I take these dying leaves off. And especially if you are seeing your leaves dying around the stump, you definitely want to make sure you get those off, because you don't want it to restrict the vines. And I've heard in the past from other growers that can damage your plant, and it could kill your plant if you stop all the flow of nutrients going. So I'll always make sure, and eventually those leaves, I probably may go ahead and cut those just to make sure they don't die off and drop and suffocate the vines, because that will be very, very bad. So I always come in and clip my dying leaves, because I want to put the energy into the plant so it can get even bigger. Now, when it comes to watering, I'm gonna tell you what my schedule is, but then I will have to look at my plant, and it may be different in your area, but for right now, I'm watering every 2 days. And it's good that you can have it on a timer. I got my hoses out right here, so that is what is about to happen with my watering on this side. My garden over there is already getting watered by a timer. So All I would do is come in, and I like to come in earlier in the morning if possible, and go ahead and add my water. Now this right here is my fish fertilizer, because I do this every other watering. Now it's not gonna hurt if you do it every time, because right now I'm focusing this plant on being green, and so that's why I'm coming in and watering with the fish fertilizer. So it has fish at the very bottom, and then it's getting the nutrients for my nitrogen so that my plants can stay green. All right, so I do have like 1 or 2 leaves over there that I'm gonna cut, if you can see, because it's starting to turn yellow, but I'm gonna go ahead and handle that. But that will be a good tip for you. You can water every other time, add the fish fertilizer, and that just to conserve how much fish fertilizer you have. If you got a lot, if you want to focus on getting it green, now you can do it every time. It's not gonna burn your plant. So that's the benefit for that. And I do have the compost tea, and so you can also mix that in your I like to do the compost tea once my fruit starts to set, and then that's when I'm gonna hit it with that compost tea. Boom, boom, boom. And so that is basically my routine. Every other watering time, they get the fish fertilizer or the compost tea. I almost forgot. I was supposed to add my granular fertilizer because it's been like a month. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the, I should have did that before I watered. So I'm probably gonna have to water over this again. And I'm just putting this around the stump. And you know that it breaks down over time, and that's why you have the benefit of using the liquid fertilizer, because it's immediate. This right here is gonna break down over time. So I wanna get that in. Yeah, and yes, this is the fertilizer that I was instructed not to talk about just yet, but you can use the tomato tone, and I have been using that. All right, so it works great. Someone in the comments said that their watermelon plants are doing awesome because they added the tomato tone this growing season. All right, so I'll water that in. I think I ran out of water, and I may put some compost on top of that, some black cow. All right, so that is my feeding regimen. That's all I do. Now see, I got bees flying around. I also got flies coming around. See the bees going on. If you have an issue with pollination, you can hand pollinate, and if I do that, I like to do that in the morning, but I'm not doing any hand pollination right now because I don't have a need for it. But to encourage pollination, if you're having trouble, if I was you, if you're having trouble, you can get a plant from the store. So I normally just go to the store and get a plant. I see bees on it, that's the one I get. All right, so I think I used to get the lavender. It has the purple flowers at the top, and I'll put that down. The bees come in. I only get one because I don't get several, because I want them to come in, get on that plant, and then they go ahead and start working in the garden. So if you're having issues, I would suggest getting a plant like that, or you can hand pollinate, and then you'll be good to go. But to help out with fruit set, you want to make sure that you have a balanced fertilizer, and so that if your plants are healthy, it's going to put on more flowers, male flowers and female flowers. So if it's not balanced, you got it one-sided, or you just have the nitrogen, all you're gonna have is the green growth. But I got flowers all over. So having a balanced fertilizer is gonna help you greatly in getting your fruits to set. So remember that, along with making sure that you have your own watering routine. Don't water one day and wait 2 weeks, then water again, unless that's your routine and it works. All right, so make sure you have that along with the balanced fertilizer. You're gonna be good to go. All right, the next thing I do, I come out, I try to inspect my plants. I look on the back of the leaves to make sure that I don't have any squash bugs issues, and so far so good. One thing I would tell you is I know where my squash bugs are, and if you want them off your melons, you probably want to keep planting squash. I wouldn't put the squash near the watermelons because they like eating these too. And so my squash, I'm having issues with squash bugs and the vine borers, but I am getting some squash. So I'm going to replant some more squash so I can get them out in the garden. So hopefully I can get some more, and also so that the squash bugs will focus on that, and I'll try to deal with them with my dish soap spray, but I don't want them over here, and so far that is working. All right, so you may want to look at that if you're having an issue with squash bugs. Plant some squash someplace else, and then come out and inspect your plants, because you could have other pests that are trying to tear up your watermelon. So I strongly suggest that, because right now I don't have any pest pressure. Hopefully that stays the way it is. All right, so if you like the information, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see what type of melon comes out of here, because I guarantee you it's gonna be a giant. All right, so look at the raised beds down low by Quictent if you're in need of a raised bed. If you want your plants to look like this in your raised bed, do what I do and it's gonna happen for you. All right, I'll see you in the next video. It's either gonna be over here or over there, but I'll see you in that video.